What's up, everybody? Star Top 5 here, bringing you one last collection video. This time I'm going to be going over my handheld games. Yeah, I have just a couple of handheld games, so I just thought I'd put both my Game Boy Advance and PSP handheld games in one video because they're a pretty short collection. But let's go ahead and get started. First, to start off, the only two games I have the actual Game Boy Advance boxes for are Crash Bandicoot, The Huge Adventure. This game is pretty fun. It's basically like a handheld Game Boy Advance version of Crash 3 Warped. I remember I picked this up when it came out. It's pretty fun. It's pretty difficult too. I can't remember if I don't think I got all 100% on this game or whatever, but I got pretty close. Some of the bonus stages in this game are hard. Like, I remember some of the bonus stages are like some of the more difficult ones in the Crash games I've played, really. Next up is Crash Bandicoot Entrance, another pretty fun Crash handheld. This game is also pretty hard too. The Game Boy Advance Crash games are really difficult. I don't think I ever got 1% in this one either. I tried in both of them, and I can't remember how much I got, but I got pretty close. But yeah, they're pretty difficult. But like I said, they're good though. And then the rest of these Game Boy Advance games I don't have the boxes for. I just have the cartridge. But next is SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge. This game is pretty fun. It's like a handheld type, side-scrolling SpongeBob game, and I've seen like the PS1 version of this one and the Game Boy Advance. I've never played the PS1 version, but I've only seen gameplay of it. I think I would rather play this one. I think, from what I've seen, I think the Game Boy Advance version looks like it might be the better version of the game to play, but that's in my opinion. As I said, I've only seen gameplay of it. I haven't actually played it myself, but it looks like I would enjoy the Game Boy Advance version. Next is the Super Mario Advance. It was like one of the first games I got for this thing, I believe. It's basically like I can't remember the exact Super Mario Bros. Is supposed to be like. I'll have to look it up again because I can't remember the actual name of it, but it's pretty fun too. It also comes with like the bonus game in it called Mario. I think it's just Mario Brothers or whatever. Where it's basically just get your score as high as you can because you have to defeat the enemies on the platforms and stuff. But hitting the platform underneath the enemies to flip them and to jump on top of the platform that they're on and kick them off the thing. That gets pretty hard at some point too. It's fun. I like this game a lot. Next is Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. This is another fun game too. I haven't played too many Kirby games, but this one's pretty fun too. I like to play some more of them because I know there's other handheld Kirby games. I haven't played that many Kirby games in general, but I like them. This one I played, I liked a lot. And the cartoon they had, Kirby Right Back at You, was really fun too. I enjoyed that a lot. And then the last Game Boy Advance game I have is Sonic Advance. This is another early Game Boy Advance game I remember getting around when I got my Game Boy Advance. This game was a lot of fun too. I really love the soundtrack in this game, especially like the first two areas. Like if you played this game, I'm pretty sure you heard the music in this game. Like the first two tracks in this game are really, really good and really memorable. Every time I see this game or even think about it, the first two music from the first two stages always plays in my mind exactly every time. And then the rest here are just going to be my few PSP games that I have. Starting out with Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. This is a pretty fun game for a handheld Ratchet and Clank game. I like this game a lot. It was really fun. I still want to play Secret Agent Clank because I remember Secret Agent Clank was one on the handheld. I'm not sure if I should get on the PSP or the PS2, but I want to get Secret Agent Clank at some point. There, whatever. And next is Hot Shots Golf. I can't remember if this came with the PSP or what, but they got Hot Shots. I haven't played too many of the Hot Shots Golf games, but they're pretty fun. I'm not really a huge fan of golf games, but this is more of like, I think it's more like a arcade style golf game, and like I said, if it's a sports game, if it's at least arcade, I might give it a chance because I can at least try out some arcade sports games. But I'm not huge on like simulation or huge on golf in general. But Hot Shots Golf is a pretty well regarded series. Next up I have is Tekken Dark Resurrection. You guys know I freaking love me some Tekken. This game was, really good too. And the look of the game was really nice too on the PSP as well. Then last up for my freaking tiny behind PSP collection is Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins. This game is a lot of fun, but my god, is it hard. I had always heard of the Ghosts and Goblins, or Ghosts and Ghouls or whatever games, but I never really played them until this one. And this one is fun. It's really hard though. The graphics, art style is really nice for this game. The soundtrack is nice. The difficulty is freaking ridiculous. I thought the game was hard the first time, but with these games, with the Ghosts and Goblins series, you always have to technically beat them twice to get the good ending. So I beat it the one time, and then on the second time, you have to get like these other rings or whatever. But it's much harder on the second playthrough. I can't get past this castle. Like, there's this part in this game where you're on this castle and you're like riding on this kind of like cloud-like thing. I can't beat that part. I've tried so many times. I can't get past that part on the second run in this game. It is so fucking hard. But yeah, this game is a lot of fun. The soundtrack and stuff is really good. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. If you haven't played this yet, I definitely recommend picking it up. But beware, it is freaking hard. So if you're looking for that old school Ghosts and Goblins type challenge, I definitely recommend getting that, because I haven't played the old school ones, but I'm pretty sure it's relatively similar, just like it. But yeah. And that's just my really tiny handheld collection. That's why I thought I'd put Game Boy Advance and PSP all in this one video like this. I might get some more PSP games down the line. I'm not really focused on collecting for PSP right now, but I might get some. I might look up and see what some other good titles on the PSP are, and I might pick those up at some point maybe, because I don't think PSP games are that hard or expensive, or at least for what I know. I don't think there's too many that are too expensive or whatever. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's probably pretty much my last collection video, because I think I've showed off most of the games that, in physical form that I own. But hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Stereo 35 and I'm out. Please don't forget to rate and comment and subscribe. Peace.